Hello YouTube, what is going on? This is Epic Big Bird and I am back with some more Rome 2 Total War online commentary action to do for you guys today. This battle that I'm about to show you is a 2v2 large funds battle. I have chosen the faction of Tylus. My ally, Imperator Romanorum, has chosen Galatia today, and we are facing off a combined force of two Roman opponents here. So our Roman opponents looks like they have 3 auxiliary cav over here, another auxiliary cav here, and I believe, yes, so 2 more auxiliary cav here, maybe another auxiliary cavalry, and then they have 2 legatus generals, looks like 8 Syrian archers, so and then 4 veteran legionnaires, 3 veteran legionnaires and 4 Evocati cohort, 3 veteran legionnaires, 3 Evocati cohort, and an eagle cohort. And then over here we have 3 legionary cohorts and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Evocati cohort. So my ally, Imperator, has brought in with him today 3 Galatian raiders. He has a noble horse, 2 Celtic tribesmen, he has another noble horse as his general, 2 naked swords here, and then he brought a main line of Galatian legionnaires, looks like 6 of them. I have brought in with me today 4 tribal warriors, flanked by 2 Oathsworn. They're being backed up by 4 spear warriors and then also 4 Thracian warriors in reserve. I also have with me today 5 light horse. And I brought the light horse because honestly the noble horse for Tylus, while yes it is very good, it is a very expensive unit. And I really did not want to spend that kind of money on my cavalry. I kind of wanted to spread my money out among a couple more units, go for quantity more rather than quality. So we'll see how that pans out for me in this battle. But right now, I'm being patient since both of our Roman opponents have pretty strong skirmishing edges. We're both very hesitant to get into skirmisher range. We want to make sure that we gain some kind of advantage first before we go in. So you can see I'm shifting my light horse over here to try and support Imperator's push as he's harassing these auxiliary cavalry here. So I'm just going to bring over these light horse to ensure that Imperator's Galatian raiders will be able to retreat, because the Galatian raiders are quite a powerful cavalry unit. We don't want them to get caught in an auxiliary engagement. Right here he almost does. And we're doing a good job of skirmishing in and out of his skirmisher range. We're being hesitant again to advance, but we do know that sooner or later we are probably going to have to come down off the hill, push really hard on these Roman units. So you can see here my light horse here moving up on the flank. We're going to keep pushing them around the flank here. Bring up the flags again. And my idea here is to, at the very least, tie up some of his auxiliary cav, keep them out of the fight and perhaps in an unfavorable position for Imperator to get in at them. But my ideal use for these guys would be to get at these Syrian archers. And then after his Syrian archers would be dealt with, I would like to use my light horse on the infantry engagement, because these guys come with frenzied charge along with a pretty punishing melee attack and weapon damage. I mean, 44 and 32. I suppose it's not punishing. It's good though for a light horse unit. This is a pretty cheap cavalry unit. I believe no more than maybe 450 talents, I think. And to come with that kind of stats along with frenzied charge, that's pretty powerful. So we'll see how it pans out. You can see me and Imperator are going to decide to push. You can see that my side of the battle, his archers started to shift back, but he's going to bring them back over. Here he was bringing 2 auxiliary cav to meet my light horse, so I'm going to split my cavalry force, try to make my opponent make a decision, cover more ground. But you can see here my light horse are going to be able to take the backfield without any kind of confrontation at this point. Imperator is going to charge in his Galatian Raiders at this point. And I'm going to go ahead and issue charge orders on these legionary cohort. Now, I'd like to point out that our Roman opponents do have quite strong builds here. It's typically a pretty smart decision to come infantry heavy with Rome. That's what they're going to excel at. The auxiliary cav is also a pretty handy unit. It can definitely hold its own in a fight for a decent amount of time. So let's see how this battle turns out. You can see we are outmatched in infantry basically for swords. So I'm going to have to use my spear units to hold these Evocati in place while my tribal warriors go around the flank. So here I'm going to try and start maneuvering with my light cav, looking for openings at these Syrian archers. I'm seeing these auxiliary cav getting pulled into the fight against my allies' noble horse. I see that as an opening, so I'm going to try and shoot for this Roman general. But you can see, however, this auxiliary cav is splitting off to meet my cavalry, and here another auxiliary cav peels back to meet my cav. So this is not going to be good. I pop trample charge, or frenzy charge, and don't get a great charge at all. And that's not going to be good. However, this now leaves me 3 light horse that are going to be able to roam the field. I'm going to send one more into the fight to try and help out my light horse. I feel like Imperator should be able to support that fight soon. I'm going to kite away this one auxiliary cav, and look at this. Got a fresh run at his infantry now. His general's coming to meet me, but I'm going to go ahead and take the charge. Feel like it's worth it at this point. My opponent also did a great job of denying the flank here to me. I'm going to have to hold his flank in place with a Thracian warrior and a spear warrior while the rest of my Thracian warriors go around the flank. And this is actually making me quite nervous. I don't like how much time my Thracian warriors are taking to get around the flank. Here, still trying to outmaneuver his auxiliary cav, and there he gets a hold of my light horse and cuts it down to about half strength. So that's upsetting. The rest of my light horse are basically squandered at this point, but my Thracian warriors are finally getting around the flank. And here I'm going to use a Thracian warrior against his auxiliary cav, charge in my light horse again against his auxiliary cav. This is a good engagement for my units at this point. Thracian warriors have a hidden bonus against cavalry, I believe due to their Ramphia or Falx unit. I'm not sure which one they are, but I know that they get a bonus versus cavalry. And now that my Thracian warriors have finally crested behind these Roman units, they are going to make short work of these Evocati units from the rear. Over here, my Oathsworn have punched through, and they're going to start doing flanking attacks. And there we charge the rear of this general and bodyguard. My Oathsworn is now attacking his general. His left flank's looking good. But yeah, these tribal warriors have been in combat for quite a while now, and they're only down by about 50 men. And they're actually doing better than his legionary cohort right now. My tribal warriors are falling quicker now that the charge is over, but they're exceptionally high defense. Melee defense should allow them to stay in the fight for a little bit longer. Now this is kind of a mistake. I did send my Oathsworn in here to wrap up Imperator's fight quicker, but honestly, as you can see, Imperator didn't really need much help here. I could have brought my Oathsworn back around, finished up my fight quicker, but as you can also see, my fight's pretty much under wraps here as well. It's looking still shaky over here, but with my extra light horse here, my general here is about to kill the Legatus. I have Thracian warriors in the vicinity. Let's watch the morale as my light horse get involved in this engagement. You can see there those Evocati instantly wavering, and that's going to basically force a chain rout here, guys. So that battle was a really great battle. I enjoyed it a lot. I think it was a pretty tactical one. Both armies I feel like were picked quite well. Both are Roman armies, and Galatia and Tylus, well, both of them definitely have the tools to take care of Rome. I feel like we're at a disadvantage in the skirmisher department. So what I think could have swayed this, turned the tide of this battle into the favor of my opponents would have been if they would have used their auxiliary Syrian archers more effectively. And how they would have done that, I would suggest it have at least for my side of the battle, I would have suggested targeting my Thracian warriors. These guys are pretty susceptible to missile fire. I think they only come with 30 armor. They would have fallen very quickly to Syrian archers, and you can see the kind of numbers I pulled out of my Thracian warriors. Pretty staggering. My tribal warrior is also doing actually quite well against Evocati armored legionnaires, but you can also see that his Evocati and veteran legionnaires also doing very, very well. Okay, so that was not him. Yeah, so these numbers are still very respectable for Evocati cohort. So it was pretty much a 1-for-1 for these tribal warriors. His cavalry did decent. My light horse not doing too much except for distracting and persuading his opponent. I could have managed them better. I feel like I jumped the gun in using them. Because like you see here, this unit getting 91 kills, that's not too bad. That's what I wanted to use my cavalry for. I think getting into the back of his infantry would have been better than engaging his cavalry like I did. So yes. Thank you guys so much for checking out this video. I hope you learned something tactical. This has been Epic Big Bird, signing off.